Welcome to Canadian Innovators, the show that celebrates innovation, entrepreneurs, and the Canadian spirit. My name is Catherine Swift, and every week we introduce a new entrepreneur or expert on a relevant business topic to tell their stories and address the challenges of keeping jobs in Canada and discussing potential solutions for job growth and prosperity. Today, I'll be speaking with John Galt, who is CEO of Husky Technologies, a world-leading supplier of innovative equipment and services to the food, beverage, personal care, home care, and medical device industries. Husky is recognized as a pioneer in enabling the circular economy. John has been named as an inventor on 117 granted patents globally, covering 16 distinct inventions. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you, Catherine. Good to see you.
Good to see you. With active attempts to reduce or even eliminate the plastics industry, what are your views on the federal government's recent policies?
Well, maybe if you don't mind for a minute, I'd like to bring in a few of the team that's supporting me in this communication here. Come on, everyone, and just stand behind for a minute. Because I think what we wanted to get across here, which is so important, is that, first of all, we want to see Canadians, and that everything we do is a matter of collaboration with the Husky team. And this is the group specifically who are chemists and people to put this material on and helped go out and engage with the United Nations and other things to help foster an open and effective dialogue. And so if you don't mind, I thought I'd start with them. They can head off and go do their good work again today. But this is really the people I'd like to talk about. I may be communicating the message, but I'm communicating on behalf of this group of people. So
terrific.
Thanks, team. So you want me to start with thinking a little bit about what's going on in the plastics industry today? I guess I've been asked that question an awful lot. And let me start with the first purpose of plastics: preserve and protect. We wouldn't need packaging materials. We wouldn't need medical devices. They wouldn't be manufactured out of plastic today unless there was a primary need to preserve and protect what's important. But 1/3 of the food produced in the world today is wasted. Finding ways to preserve that and protect it is obviously critically important when we talk about the total environmental footprint. Plastics do that exceptionally well. They are medical grade, many of them. For example, many people don't know that the plastic used in this bottle and the plastic used in this blood vial are both the same materials. It's a biostable material. It doesn't react with the contents. It's been approved for long-term use inside of the human body, but that's what makes it so exceptional. And that's what helps it ensure the long life and nutritional value of those foods, and at the same time, make sure that the 1,400 pathogens that are naturally occurring bacteria out there don't enter those products or anything else enter them. And so I think that's the first thing that I'd like to make a point of. The second thing is how extensively those products have found their use in things like medical devices. 73% of the medical devices in the world today, and growing, are made out of plastics because of that those exceptional properties and the ability that can be formed inexpensively to allow for more reasonably cost health care to citizens of the world. So I think that's the starting point for me. Is if there's a better alternative, we'd be glad to participate, but so far there isn't anything that can perform that function more effectively. The next question for me is, what about the full life cycle? Well, plastics, owing to their lower melting points, actually use about 4 times less energy to produce than an alternative made in aluminum or glass or composite paperboard. They also use 3 to 5 times less blue water in their production. So they're both energy efficient, and they're also very good when you consider them from the perspective of water use. The third element, I guess, is that because they can be formed inexpensively, they keep costs down. And that ensures that costs for consumers who are already struggling are kept to reasonable levels. And so when I think about a plastics activity, when I thought about the message around toxic and that we should displace plastics, my first question was, what are we going to replace them with and why is it better? And on that, there weren't any good answers. And so I think the government and specifically the courts did the right thing in saying, let's put a hold on this legislation and let's make sure that we keep plastics in the economy, but out of the environment.
Yeah, I think that's the message that a lot of people don't necessarily understand, is how very recyclable plastics are, and that many of them can be recycled almost endlessly, which is a pretty interesting concept. Well, it's time that we took our first break. Please stay tuned to Canadian Innovators.